Everyone tells you that renting is the safe choice. It's flexible, it's simple, no big commitment. But in Madrid, the math says something different. And people who understand this early save themselves years and a lot of money. So today we're gonna settle this. Should you buy or rent in Madrid? Let me show you something first. In Madrid, renting takes about 38% of your income every single month, while buying takes a bit over 30%. Yes, you've heard correctly. Renting is the most expensive option here. That sounds backwards, doesn't it? But it's true. So why does everyone keep renting? That is the real question. And the answer is not the same for everyone. It depends on who you are, how long you will stay, and how much you have saved. Now, prices here keep climbing for one big reason: demand. Madrid is pulling in the best employers in the world. Look at this. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, is opening its first office in Spain, right here in Madrid, later this year. When companies like that arrive, they bring people and money. And that pushes the housing demand up, and prices go with it. So this decision, rent or buy, only gets more important. I'm Pablo Jurado from Spain is My Partners. We help people move and relocate to Madrid the smart way. Today, I will give you a simple framework. By the end, you'll know exactly which side you're on. Let's go! Renting gets a bad reputation. People call it throwing money away, and that's not always true. For some people, renting is exactly the right move. Here's why. First of all, if you're staying less than 3 years, buying and selling a home costs money. Taxes, fees, notary, agencies. If you sell too soon, those costs eat your gains. So if you're going to stay under 3 years, it's better to rent. It's that simple. Second, if you don't have the savings yet. We will talk more about this in a minute. But buying in Madrid, well, anywhere really, needs a lot of cash up front. If you don't have it, renting is not a failure. It's a smart step. You rent now, you save money, you buy later. Third, if you don't know the city yet. Madrid has a lot of different neighborhoods. Some are quiet and green, some never sleep. You don't want to buy in the wrong place. So, rent first, leave the city, learn about it, and then commit. And fourth, if your life needs to stay flexible. If you're a digital nomad, if your job can move, renting lets you move with it. No strings attached. Now, one more thing about renting, more precisely about where you rent. Here's something a lot of people don't expect. Many of our clients could buy if they wanted to, but they choose to rent. And why? Actually, they choose the best areas. Places like Barrio Salamanca or Retiro, elegant, central, the best of Madrid life. And yes, that can cost more than 25 euros per square meter and a month. But for many people, that is the smart move. You get the location without locking your money into a purchase. You live exactly where you want, while you decide if you want to stay. And that is renting as a choice, not as a compromise. And if you're on a budget, you still have great options. Look at how well connected the belt around the city is. Towns in the south like Getafe, Alcorcón or Móstoles, or Coslada and Torrejón to the east, where you can pay roughly half the price per square meter. And you still reach to the center by train in 30 to 45 minutes. So whatever your budget, rent with strategy, the right area for the right reasons. Now, a quick thing before we continue. If you're trying to figure out where in Madrid to live, I made a full video about the best neighborhoods. Watch it after this one because they pair perfectly. And if this is useful to you and it's the first time to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, okay? Now let's get back to it. Now let's talk about buying and about money. First of all, interest rates. Here's the truth. Rates are creeping up. For the first time in almost 3 years, they are going up, not down. And that scares some people. And I get it. But here's the thing. The right financing changes everything. For the right profile, we still get our clients excellent conditions. Sometimes even below 2.5%. Yes, you've heard it right. And that is part of what we do for you. So don't let the headlines stop you. Let's talk about when buying really wins. Now the hard part, the entry wall. If you're one of those lucky people that don't need a mortgage whatsoever, then you don't need to worry about this. But if you're a mere mortal like me who needs a mortgage to purchase a property, you need to consider that you usually need to have savings for around 40% of the property price. 30% for the down payment, plus an additional 10% for taxes and fees. And that's a real barrier. I won't pretend it's not. But here's what surprises people. Once you're in, the monthly cost is often lower. In Spain, the average mortgage payment is cheaper than the average rent. So buying is a wall to climb. But on the other side, the monthly math is better. So who should buy? First, if you're staying more than 3 or 4 years, time is your friend here. It spreads the cost, it builds equity. Stay long enough and buying almost always wins. Second, if you have the capital, of course, and want a real home. If you got the savings and Madrid is your base, buying gives you control and stability. No landlords, no surprises. Third, if you're investing for steady income, you buy in a high demand area and rent it out long term. Madrid demand will do the rest. And it keeps growing. A good property in the right zone pays you every month. So, forget the theory for a second. Here is how you actually have to choose. Ask yourself 3 questions. Question 1. How long will you stay? Under 3 years, lean towards renting. If it's more, you should lean towards buying. Question 2. How much do you have saved right now? No big savings yet? Rent and build towards buying. If you have saved already over 40% of what you plan to spend, then buying is on the table. And question 3. What are you here to do? Just living? Either renting or buying can work. It depends on questions 1 and 2. But of course, if you're going to invest, then buying is your tool. That's it. 3 questions. Most people overthink this. You don't have to. Answer those 3 questions honestly, and your side becomes clear. So, rent or buy in Madrid. Rent if you're here short term, if you're still exploring the city, or if you're still saving. Buy if you're staying for years, if you have the capital, and of course, if you're investing for the long run. And remember this, the numbers here are not what people expect. Renting is the expensive option. Buying has a big wall, but better monthly maths. The right choice is the one that fits your life, not the headlines. And of course, here's where we come in. If you're not sure which side you're on, or you do, but you're concerned about how to make the move properly, that is exactly what we do. We help you run your numbers, find the right area, and get the right financing. Go now to SpainIsMine.com, book a call, and let's figure out your move together. I'm Pablo Jurado, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios!
The life you want, the place to be, Madrid is calling.